next day. Spencer's never been so tired, or fatigued. The thought of closing his eyes and nodding off is too good to pass up. Hours upon hours, he is ignoring everything around him. His muscles stretch, every deep tissue jolting to life with electricity. Bones bend and crack, his mouth opens wide as a loud, satisfied yawn escapes. The notification light on his phone blinks. Spencer sits up from the bed and reaches out for his phone, clicking it on to see that he's been asleep for almost 20 hours. There are 10 more missed calls, 8 from his mother, 1 from an unknown number, and the last from Penelope. One by one, he searches through his voicemail, deleting the messages from his mother without even listening, opting instead to listen to Penelope's, again asking him to meet up. He wants to forgive her for what she's done, only he's too damn bitter to allow himself to forget or pardon. All those years wasted on anger would have been all for naught. That's something he cannot do, instead, won't do. He places the phone down and reclines his back on the soft, Tempur-Pedic Cloud Supreme Breeze mattress and his goose-down natural Egyptian cotton comforter which envelops his entire body. Overkill, but for a moment, he's comfortable. He feels energized, as if he was back at 17. He stares up at the ceiling, expecting to see nothing but popcorn. But in the corner of his eye, he notices movement from a strand of hair. Only it doesn't belong to Spencer. It's attached to the scalp of his dead brother, Oliver, who was looking down over him. His face completely torn apart, his throat glistening with fresh blood. "Hey, bro," Ollie exclaims with a smile on his face. Well, a smile if his skin hadn't been torn from his jaw and his zygomaticus major muscle was still attached. Spencer does nothing but stare in disbelief before chuckling. It's the dream. Afraid not, Ollie responds. Yeah, it is. Because I'm way too comfortable and you're way too dead. Nah, you're awake. Pinch yourself. Dare ya. Spencer smirks as he reaches down toward his chest and squeezes a chunk of skin between his knuckles. He seethes. Ow! He takes a moment, does it again, every time yielding in pain. He looks back to Ollie. Ow? Yep. But Ollie, you're dead. You're dead. Spencer jumps off the bed screaming, so severely startled his eyes are about to leap right out of the sockets. His knees are weak as he stumbles back against the wall, knocking pictures off their hangers. He stampedes out of the bedroom, panicking. Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away! Oliver stands there dumbfounded, wondering why his brother's acting like a maniac, until he sees his reflection in the bedroom window. Yeah, that could have went better, Ollie. Spencer rummages through the knife drawer, pulling out a cleaver. He turns around when he feels a presence. Oliver is walking towards him with a sense of urgency, unintentionally. Spence, calm down and listen. Instead of listening, Spencer reaches back and slams the knife into Oliver's chest. Nothing happens as his hand and knife go straight through the apparition. That doesn't deter Spence as he tries again, and again and again, and again. After a few moments of awkward silence, and with the realization that Spencer is doing absolutely nothing except tiring himself out, Oliver asks, Are you done? His older brother screams again, running into the living room, making a beeline towards the front door. He turns back only for a second to see if Oliver is still following. He isn't, because he's already in front of Spencer, blocking him from escaping. Spencer's running so fast he can't stop his momentum. All he can do is cover his face, readying his body of running into Ollie. Only instead he runs through his dead brother, smacking his head against the hardwood front door. Spencer's skull connects with the thick wood as he knocks himself out. Ollie stands over Spencer's body, looking generally concerned. Hey, you good? Dude, you took a hell of a hit. Seriously, though. You good? Oliver's voice rings through Spencer's ears, his eyes heavy from the possible concussion. Ollie? Spencer asks, his eyes starting to slowly open. Oliver is still standing over him looking down, but he can only make out the shape, not the descriptions. Yeah, it's me. Oh my god, Ollie. Oh, you wouldn't believe the week I'm having so far. Alright, well, get up and tell me about it. Ollie walks over to the recliner and lays back. Spencer sits up, rubbing his head. Places his palms to the floor, pushing himself up, standing straight. His head aches. I think I'm losing my shit. How do you mean? Spencer places his hands over his eyes to block the onslaught of the sun. Well, where the fuck do I start? He asks as his palms muffle his voice. Besides the fact I have nothing to write about, no inspiration, house needs work, car needs work. I've been thinking about Penelope, neglecting mom and dad, not to mention you. Wait. You. Spencer perks his head and slowly turns towards the chair Oliver is sitting in, his hands still covering his eyes. He carefully moves his right hand away to see Oliver, innocently enough, waving back. Yeah. You died. Spencer can do nothing but stare at his dead brother, the flesh hanging off his face and neck, lip severed as it drapes to his chin. 6-inch deep claw marks that are buried into the left side of his face, shoulders, and chest, flaying the skin, his teeth visible, some missing, as his dried up tongue flaps against his palate. Spencer builds up a breath to scream again, only this time Oliver stands up and rushes to him, trying to quiet his hysterical brother by placing his hand over his mouth. Just, it goes right through his head. It works all the same as Spencer stops. Please don't scream again, Spence. You sound like a 4-year-old girl, and I have to admit, it kind of makes me look down on you. You're dead, and fuck you! Oliver mockingly shouts back. Dude, have some compassion. Don't you think I know that? You think I want to be here? That I want to look like this? Spend my afterlife with your ass? I want to be the favorer, man. But I can't. Not until you hear me out. But you're dead. Yes, Spencer, we've established that already. I can't believe it. This shit is real? This shit? Oh, you mean the werewolf of Willow's How? The story of Willow and Mabella, witches and Satan? Yeah, shit's very real, Spencer. Ha! Spencer laughs, slowly losing his grip on reality. Too funny. God damn, Spencer, what did you take? He mocks himself as he walks to his couch and sits down. You can't be real, Ollie. The werewolf can't be true. No. Then what? I'm probably just grieving over your death, and I never dealt with something so severe, and I'm grieving. You're saying this is denial? No, it's a dream. Sorry to say, big brother. I am here. There's no grievance or dream. Okay. So, werewolves exist. Kenneth fucking Preddy, that jock piece of shit, was a werewolf? Yes. And it was he who killed you. You saw my body. Actually, no, I didn't. Actually, yes, you are. You're looking at it now. This is what he did. It's what he did to me, Spencer. It's what he did to my wife. Favor. He killed us both. Even though Oliver's face is torn, it's physically hard for him to look sad. It's impossible not to see the anguish in his dead, grayish eyes. Spencer can see it. It's easier to make fun than to accept the reality of the unthinkable and supernatural. How, Ollie? How is this real? It can't be. You're telling me that since wolfmen exist, then so does Bigfoot, Santa, Superman, Nessie. Shit, God. You're telling me that God exists. I can't. I just simply cannot believe it, Ollie. Yet here you are, having a conversation with your dead brother. Spencer leans back deeper into his cushions. Alright, fine. If what happened did happen, why can I see you? You're marked. Spencer, you're the wolf of Willow's How now. You know how it works? Man, like the fucking movies. Come on. No. Think of it like an STD. Takes just a little scratch. Real nice, Ollie. Oh, I'm right. What do you think it's called? The curse. Strength, speed, endless stamina, and unnatural sexual appeal to the opposite sex, and immense intimidation given to the same sex. It's all that power, man. It's enticing. But you also get this. The vision of seeing the dead through the beast's bloodline, which is surging through your veins as we speak. I'm a werewolf. Spencer smiles, remembering what he thought of them as a kid. A hairy superhero jumping from high places, ripping through walls, and running faster than a car. Spencer, you need to understand. You're a monster. You'll kill, just like Ken killed. I'm here as a friendly warning. No. Now, wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Spencer stands up, pacing the room. From what I know, isn't it the person more so than the animal? Like, if the man is good, then so is the monster he turns into? I'm not an asshole like Kenny. So, that means I won't be a monster, right? Curse, Spence. You don't get it. You can't possibly explain or justify something that shouldn't exist. Rules don't apply. Well, it depends. Which rules? All of them. It's rage incarnate. All the beast knows is death. It was born from death. It's wild and needs to roam like a wild animal. It kills for the devil, and Spencer, no one is more filled with rage than you. No, that's not fair. It totally is. Just because it can? Kenneth killed people because he enjoyed it. He killed children, Spencer. He's been murdering and feasting on people from here to Boothton and back again. And every death was blamed on animals. I supposedly died from a bear attack. How many bears are in Massey? I remember those stories, so do you. Think about that. They were about Kenneth. Spencer takes a moment to himself. Fine. Let's say I do believe you. That you're not some vision brought on by my grief. What do? I can't get rid of it, right? Yeah, that's right. So now what? I don't know. The only thing I can think of is maybe suicide? Fuck you. No, I'm serious, Spencer. So am I. Even if I was hallucinating, which you're not. Which is also exactly what you'd say. How the fuck would I know? And you're telling me to kill myself. What if I'm sick and I need help? You're not sick. You're not losing your mind. You're also not a killer. But your soul will be damned if you take a life, Spencer, and you will. I'm not fucking killing myself, Ollie. What I'm dealing with what's going on is some kind of remorse. Probably from being a lackluster brother, I'll admit it. Spencer convinces himself. You are a fine brother. Tell me, if someone were to walk in right this very second, would they see you too? Or just me arguing with myself like a crazed idiot? Spencer. Oliver walks up close to his brother and tries to place his hands on Spencer's shoulder. They go right through. Ollie sighs in frustration. I understand how outrageous this seems. You're not alone. I'm dead. Yet here I am. Not dead. In a way. If you keep this thing in your blood, it will be nothing but regret on your end. Do you want to look for a cure? Go ahead. But there isn't one. But if you end your life and come with me, I've seen Grandma, Grandpa, and even Uncle Pat. They're all there, waiting for us. You trying to say heaven exists? I don't know if it's heaven. But it's peace. Then you go. That's not how this works. I'm not allowed to stay there. Right. Because it's my curse. And mine. Everyone who was killed by the beast. Imagine all those people, all over those years, hundreds of years spent trapped within your blood. Oliver can see that no matter what he says, Spencer isn't going to budge. You're not dreaming. You're losing your mind. I swear to God. I wish you were. But you're not. You're a creator of fiction, man. You make a living flirting with the unexplainable. You have to know this, at least it's plausible. Plausibility doesn't equate to suicide, Ollie. There's a knock at the front door causing Spencer to avert his attention. He looks back, but Oliver is gone. Knew it, he says, further convincing him that he's grieving. There's another knock. He makes his way to the door, unlocks it, and opens it to see someone he never expected to see again in his lifetime. Preston? His long-lost best mate smiles and extends his hand outward. Hey man, long time no see. Spencer shakes Preston's hand. What are you doing here? I was in town. I tried calling you, you never answered. Oh, you're the unknown number. Yeah, I usually pay no mind to them, especially when they'll message. Yeah, my mistake. I guess I forgot to give my new number in the last 8+ years or so. Spencer has a paranoid look on his face, wondering what his longtime friend is doing at his front door. So, what's happening? How have you been? Good, yeah, listen. I just want to know if you want to go for a drink. Maybe catch up on a little bit. Got the time, we can shoot the shit. Heading back to Boothton in the morning, figured it'd be nice to hang out with my boy again. Spencer turns back, looking around his living room, expecting to still see Oliver. There's no one. He turns back to Preston and answers. Yeah, I could use a drink. Or a dozen. Come on in, let me get cleaned up. He opens the door and allows Preston to enter his home. Just mind the mess. High in the sky, the moon is beginning to grow brightly as the dark is starting to settle in. Crowds aren't Spencer's style. He's an author. He adores his privacy, being labeled a troglodyte more than some would. He hates attention, despises wandering eyes, and loathes nosy people that all occupy a room, such as the local bar he's currently standing in. Reputation of being grimy. Same bar, same location for the last 20 years, yet it's gone through roughly a dozen owners. It's acting as if it's some big deal when the new tenants present the shithole with a different name and theme. Lounge, bar, gentleman's club. They make no difference. Bad is just bad, and right now, that is called High Velocity Bar and Grill. Though Spencer will admit it's gotten cleaner inside. Maybe this time the owners will give it a shot for more than a year and a half. There are enough young people to make this place thrive, as long as the owners know what they're doing. Most visitors from Boothton have only a 25-minute drive out of their way. They get all the cheap beer they can drink. A little more than $15 for an all-night tap. It's hard to argue why no one would want to go. It's the exact reason Preston had dragged Spencer there. Just because he hasn't seen his greatest friend in nearly a decade, doesn't mean he has to blow through his cash to catch up. They are tucked away in the corner of the bar, sitting atop neon green stools, watching an overrated national sports channel. The most common denominator always seems to be sports and music in a place like this, possibly even in the entire world. Two topics everyone has a legit opinion on. They'll settle for sports instead of a music channel that justifies non-talent folk bitching about who they are going to sleep with. And on top of that, doesn't even fucking play music. Really feels weird being home, man, Preston states. This ain't your home no more, Spencer jests. Yeah, I know. Still feels different. Seeing that so much has changed, such a little time. Yet when I did live here, the city never did anything to make this place look halfway decent. Well, shit, they didn't need to. Only people who come for one season a year. Yeah, no shit. Like people have never seen leaves before. They got a lot of leaves in Boothton. Yeah, enough to shut me up. The barkeep presents Preston his Long Island iced tea. He takes a swig and asks, "What you been up to?" Spencer sips through the foam of his draft beer. Just trying to keep busy with my writing, I guess. Yeah, I heard about that. That's great. I never even knew you were into writing. Let alone you were able to create a novel from the top of your head. No, no one knew. Anything good that I might have heard of? Maybe. What? 45 caliber? Nice. Oh, you heard of it? Yeah, I think. Read it? Nah. Preston smirks in embarrassment. I don't really read unless I have to. Gotcha. To each their own. You do that app thing, right? Yup. Sound good to me. Yeah. Ollie loved all that jazz. Too smart for me. Both of you. Don't be modest, Spencer. Writing can be hard. Not hard. Trying sometimes. It's all bullshit printed on paper. You hope someone out there likes it. If not, oh well. It's art. No shame in that. No, it's writing. You're just humble. It's art. I will fight you to the death to prove it. Spencer smirks. So, sorry to hear about Oliver. You know he was always like my little brother, too. Did you come to the funeral? Guilt pours over Preston's eyes. No, I didn't really hear about it until after. I did visit his grave, though. Pay my respects. I left some flowers, too. Fake ones, though. I didn't leave the real ones. I don't want them to be gone in less than a week. I'm not sure how often I'll be coming down. No, that's okay. Thank you. As I said, he was my family at one time, too. Then I ran into Penelope the other day. She was telling me. You saw Penelope? Just the mention of her name can still make Spencer go daft and blind to anything and anyone around him. Yeah, I did. Down at Joe Maddie's. Still looks good, Spencer. Yeah, she's always looked good. The affection is visible in Spencer's face, and Preston can see it. Clear as day. Yeah, that's true. You guys still on the outs? Yep. So what happened? There's absolutely no point in retelling that story. Only that the boat has sailed on, my friend. Spencer tries to change the subject as he turns his body fully towards Preston and raises his drink. A toast to love avoided, chances missed, and inescapable brokenheartedness. That's... I'm not gonna lie, Spencer. Kinda depressing, but you're here. And to Oliver. Yes. To Ollie. To favor his wife. And everybody else. Everybody else? Preston asks himself as Spencer drinks from his beer but ignores the context. The bartender walks up and places another draft and a Long Island next to Spencer and Preston, who are confused. Sorry, pal, we didn't order these. We're still drinking ours. Spencer informs the barkeep. Nope, you didn't, but those two girls did. He points. Spencer and Preston turn around to see a couple of women, a skinny brunette Latina and her thicker blonde-haired friend. Dude, are you shitting me? Preston asked the bartender. This happens in real life? The barkeep chuckles, nodding his head before he walks off. Preston turns his attention towards Spencer. Hey, we need to go over there. Preston has been celibate for the last 2 weeks and he needs action. And what's better than drunken college girls? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Their standards are low, which means Preston has a chance. No thanks, Spencer replies. What? Dude, they bought us drinks. It's a proper bar etiquette. Since when? 2 girls, 2 of us. They buy drinks. Now they expect us to follow up. They made the first move. I like it. And why would they want us to talk with them? Have you ever watched any movie? Ever? They want us. No, that's what the Long Island iced tea is telling you. You're delusional. Yes, I am. Listen, we have no choice. We have to fuck them now. No thanks, I'm out. Come on, Spencer, you're not being a gentleman. Spencer is caught in disbelief as his eyes open wide. I'm not being a gentleman? Preston chugs the rest of his original drink. Here's what we're gonna do. Smooth talk them. Try to impress them. And then hopefully, at the end of the night, we get sexy times with them. Let's do this. Good luck on your adventure. What? You're not coming? Why not? To be honest, it sounds exhausting. I'm just not interested. I only came for a drink, not a girl. Oh, fuck yes you did. In a threatening tone, Preston places the empty glass on the bar and retrieves a newer one. I call dibs on the Spanish one. Before Spencer can contest, Preston walks away and heads towards the girls. He turns around on a stool and watches as his friend converses, but he can't hear what he's saying. He can make out the tones of their voice, but the rest of the patrons are making it hard for him to pick and choose the words. The thick blonde stares at Spencer and blushes from whatever bullshit Preston is feeding her. She stands up and walks over to the bar as Preston takes her spot. She's intimidated by the prospect of putting herself up. You only spin once in this world, so why the hell not? She can't help but smile from embarrassment as Spencer rolls his eyes and turns back around to see Oliver tending the bar, acting the role of a zombified mixologist, his flesh growing darker, tainted, with more various levels of decay. Spencer nearly chokes on his beer. "What are you having, you dirty son of a bitch?" Ollie asks, fooling around. "Stop doing that," Spence says, trying his best to keep his voice down so he doesn't look like a psycho. "I'm your conscience. I'm only here when I undoubtedly have to be, which means you need me to be." Ollie looks past Spencer to see the woman getting closer. She looks delicious. You know you're gonna kill her." "What?" "I tried warning you. Now you're gonna have to find out what it's like to take a life. Just look at her. She's got a body built for a good appetite." "You're not real." "Yeah, maybe. But let's talk about that tomorrow when I can rub this in your face." "Rub what in my face?" "That you killed that poor innocent creature. You do know that's someone's daughter. Maybe someone's sister. Someone's friend, cousin, niece. People don't die from chatting, Ollie." "Hey, Spencer, look outside," Ollie suggests. Spencer turns and looks out the window to see nothing but darkness. "Okay, what am I looking at? I see nothing." "Look harder, Spencer." Spencer strains his eyes when he slowly realizes that everything is starting to get dimmer. The lights begin fading out. The blackness of the night is whispering to him, seducing him. The familiar silver gleam falls over his eyes. "Spencer!" The voice calls out, breaking him from the trance. Spencer turns to look when he sees that the thick blonde is already sitting next to him, smiling. "What are you looking at?" "Huh? Nothing. Your name is Spencer, right?" Yeah, it is. "Hi, I'm Anna. Did we get you the right drink?" Spencer is having a hard time paying attention. "I'm sorry?" Anna reaches out to shake his hand. He's never met a woman who has been so formal about having sex before. Spencer extends his hand as well as when the scent of something potent and sweet attacks his nostrils as they flare and his pupils dilate. "It's nice to meet you." The woman blushes, for some unknown reason feeling incredibly attracted to Spencer. "You too." He turns to survey the bar, looking for the source of the smell that's delightfully burning his nose. It's coming from Anna. "That perfume you're wearing is really nice." She looks puzzled. "What perfume?" "The one you have on." She giggles. "I'm not wearing any perfume." He subtly sniffs the air, wallowing in the sweetness of her skin, the bitterness of the gin and tonic that is lathering her tongue, and the musk gathering from the warm flesh hidden behind her panties. The source. He closes his eyes and smiles. It's wonderful. Never before has he ever been able to smell this way. It's so intriguing he never takes a moment to wonder why he can. "Oh boy, you move fast." She snickers. "He's cute," she admits to herself. Weird, but she likes weird. "Listen, I'll be honest. I don't make it a habit of hitting on strange men at bars in a town I've never been to." "So why are you?" Spencer hasn't stopped staring into her eyes. "My friend. She's a hoe." Anna laughs, joking, trying to ease the tension between her and this man she is unnaturally attracted with. "And your friend said you were a New York Times best-selling author." "Well, sorry to say, my friend's a damn liar." Though she doesn't care. She's lost in thought. All that is on her mind is the urge to reach over, firmly plant her hands behind his neck, pull him close, and shove her tongue deep down in his throat. It's peculiar. Spencer is nothing she was ever looking for before now. Yet, she wants him more than she can stand it. He's a big, bad Rottweiler looking down on a small kitten. He could have her now if he wanted it. You might want to be careful. There's some bad people out in the world today. The confidence is unfaltering. He's never had such pride before. He likes it. "Oh? And are you a bad man, Spencer?" Anna flirts right back. Without a second thought, Spencer leans in and kisses her. Deep, passionately, his tongue massaging the palate of her mouth. She moans and coos in immense pleasure. Her dreams are fulfilled. Like a fish stranded in the desert that gets returned to the water, she needed this to stay alive. Spencer doesn't have the visions of bliss as Anna does. Instead, the sudden urge to snap her neck. He forced himself to stop as he feels the unbridled rage boil in his belly. He backs away, leaving Anna to continue kissing the air. She's in a state of euphoria. His head is spinning. The adrenaline surges through his body and he wants to hurt her. Badly. As he needs to live. He begins hyperventilating as he stands up from his stool, walking past all the standees watching and smiling. What? Where are you going? Anna asks, about to cry. I need you, don't go, I love you. Spencer stumbles past the crowd as he makes his way towards the bathrooms. Anna sits stunned that the man behind all her fantasies is getting away. Meanwhile, Preston is laughing at the whole thing. You know, he normally was never this bad, he admits to Anna's Spanish friend. Neither is she responds. Your friend must be special. His skin is on fire as it turns red from the muscles tightening. Spasms as they tear and rebuild themselves. He wants to scream, but physically he can't. The cramps in his jaw have locked it shut. Coming upon the bathroom door, he reaches out but misses the handle, instead falling against the side door exit to the right of him. He fights to find the strength and control to stand up when Anna appears from thin air, pushing against the exit, opening it, as they both spill out into the side alley near the dumpsters. The light snow mixes with the rain, creating puddles of water and liquid waste from the garbage. I need you, Anna grumbles with such ferocity as she climbs the top of him, practically slamming her mouth into his, kissing so furiously they both gasp for air. He grabs her head and grunts as he returns the affection. For her, it's unmitigated passion, the feeling one gets when they see a true love, when they're so horny it's all they can do not to burst out of their slacks. Someone they dream of, and when they finally lay their eyes upon them, it's burned in their memory and stained upon their heart. No one else could ever sate their desire for the one who got away. But for Spencer, it's panic, anger, and lust. A hunger for her flesh, for her life. He pulls her in tighter and eventually turns her over to where he is laying directly on top of her legs, pinning her down. She's slowly losing air, but he cannot and will not stop. It's too late for her now. Spencer is fading, and the wolf inside can sense the feast. The darkness consumes him as his gums begin to bleed. His four large and incredibly sharp dog-like teeth protrude first from in between his lateral incisors and the first premolars in his lower jaw. Then smaller canines grow between the central and lateral incisors and lip in his upper. A single tear falls from his eye as blood fills his mouth. Only, it's not his. His newly hatched teeth have planted themselves firmly onto Anna's tongue, sinking in slowly, severing the meat thoroughly, until her tongue separates and falls off into Spencer's mouth. He backs away, chewing slightly, enjoying the taste. His hand tightens around Anna's throat. She fights back now, but it's no use. It takes only a moment until Spencer can see what is happening. He falls back down to reality as his eyes shoot open in disgust of what he's doing. He releases his grip and spits out the muscular organ onto the ground. He places his hands on his knees, holding his abdomen, fighting off the severe pain. Anna can't cry, scream, or crawl away. She's near death. Spencer has had his hand around her neck so intensely, he broke the trachea. Her strength is gone. She cannot breathe. Her pupils blankly stare at the snow and water attacking her eyes. She doesn't even have the power to shield them from the watery onslaught. The first initial wave of agony strikes Spencer in the gut like a slug from a 12-gauge shotgun. He's turning. Knuckles crack and extend by 5 inches. Fingernails jut outward, picking along pieces of skin and blood as they turn into talons. Bones in his hand and body break and reform on an anatomical level. Hair becomes thicker and more scraggly, darkening into blackened fur as it begins sprouting all over his body. The forearms grow, as do his shins and legs. His biceps build up thicker in muscle mass, the neck stiffens tightly as a helix. His head now more easily able to lunge out with lightning-quick speed to grab, rip, and tear apart with his powerful new bite. He falls in a state of blissfulness. The threshold no longer burdens Spencer. Not now, since the beast carries the pain. And the monster is a sadist that enjoys his discomfort and begs for more of it, locking in the soreness and pain to unleash later, letting the memory of annoyance fuel its rage. Spencer's size 12 feet grow nearly double in size, as the tendons in the heel form hard as a bone before shifting upwards, best mimicking the tarsals and calcaneus of a wolf. Ribs drop and become longer, thicker. Abdomen sinks as the organs shift around to suit the canine anatomy better. The beast looks up at Anna's body, still wearing Spencer's face, the eyes filled with blood from all the immense strain, as the silver shine reflects off the bloodied, pooled cornea. The orbital bone caves in as the nose curls. The mandible grows twice as large, leaving the creature with a broader biting width and greater biting capacity. The fur grows over Spencer's face like a shroud, and when it doesn't cover, the skin turns black and blue, hiding this otherwise calm and gentle man and leaving this hellhound in its place. Anna is coherent. Barely. "Help!" she screams inside her head, both her body battling temporary paralysis. She can't utter a word. She's no chance. The transformation is complete. The beast walks over on all fours, sniffing the air, recognizing that familiar, tantalizing aroma from the bar. The rich moisture emanating from Anna's crotch. Only now it's covered in piss. Spencer is gone, though his memories are not. The beast can feel the remorse his human side has for killing. It just doesn't care. Nor is that feeling even close to being strong enough to overpower the werewolf's unnatural enchantment for murder. The only thing the beast cares about now, eating Anna. "They've been gone for a while now," Anna's friend says to Preston. "Oh yeah," he replies, winking. "I get it." "No, I'm serious. I'm getting worried." "About what?" "You're just getting better acquainted." "No, that's not like Anna. She doesn't disappear with some guy she just met." Spencer's not like many guys. The reservation is painted pretty thickly on her face, and Press can see the worry. "Listen, I'll go check, but Spencer isn't dangerous. He's probably just chewing her ear off. He talks, that's it." Preston would shit his pants if he only knew that at this very moment, Spencer is indeed chewing something off. It's just not Anna's ear. It's her clavicle. Reluctant of possibly walking in and seeing his friend's bare ass driving itself against Anna's hips, Preston stands up and walks towards the same hall the two vanished from. "Oh, I swear, if I see your nuts," he jokes to himself, secretly hoping that he does step in on Spencer, politely, screwing Anna good. Be a great story to tell later on. And what is life if not for the memories? As he walks up to the bathroom doors, a cool breeze rushes in through the side exit, gently swaying the door back and forth, rapping against the lock. The rain and snow still falling outside. Preston smiles. Are they really fucking in the alley? He thinks. The men's bathroom door opens as a stranger walks out, watching as Preston is in mid-tiptoe. All Preston can do is stop and wait and see how the man is going to react. The stranger shrugs and walks off, not even caring. Preston turns back to the exit. He smiles ear to ear as he hears grunts and groans. Slowly he peeks past the door and looks outside. He never even saw it coming. The door opens slightly as the beast's massive arm reaches in and encases Preston's head entirely. The talons sunk deep into his skull. In a blink of an eye, the startled friend gets ripped outside, and that makes it a threesome.